Hi, my name is Carson Pierce, and this is a nonverbal communication guide for bisexuality for COM 263. So to start would be Kinesics, and those are just going to be gestures, hand movements, eye gaze, posture. In the microculture of bisexuality, a major, in my opinion, illustrator would be like a snap. This is going to be correlated and I can't think of the word. It's going to be used a lot with the stereotypical term like Yas Queen, Yas Hunty. Those are both very common. Effect displays would be a lot of pursed lips and like eyebrow raises, just very expressive in what their face is really going to express what they're thinking. Some regulators would be like a hug to bring the conversation closer, to bring the people together. With Proxemics, this is going to be personal space. This attains to the individual. Many people in the LGBTQIA community tend to be very touchy and very friendly, so this is something to expect when you engage in conversation with somebody from this community. With haptics, once again, this pertains to the individual. Many people tend to do shoulder touches to console someone or show the emotional connection that they have between each other. Hugs are a big thing. Opposite sex is, like in the American context, touch with between the opposite sexes is okay. Once again, pertains to the individual. With paralinguistics, there's people that are open in their sexuality tend to be more vocal about just noises and sounds and everything, so there's a lot of humming, there's singing, random quirky noises to further illustrate what they're trying to do, how they're trying to get their point across. With Chronemics, this is going to be it's going to be influenced by, one, the environment, and two, the context. So within the American culture and the bisexuality microculture, there is going to be heavy influence from the American culture, so they're just going to pull from that. With the physical appearance and attire, this, of course, it pertains to the individual. Everybody's going to be different. There are big differences between male and female, but once again, it can go either way. It can be super flashy, it can be subtle, very simple or complex. Everyone's going to be different. With Oculesics, many people are going to, if they are in the American culture, then they're going to have strong eye contact typically. Most people throw in a smile when they're talking. At least in America, they do. With Olfactics, in the American society, don't stink. To each their own, but again, it should mirror the context of the general culture. So specifically, many people are going to be using deodorants, colognes, shampoo, conditioner, mouthwash, so many different kinds of scents from so many different kinds of products. The list could go on and on. With do's and don'ts, basically don't assume anything, just don't try. I really can't, I don't know how to, it's hard to express. It's be open with yourself and let them be open with you. Don't assume. That's basically the best guideline I could go with. Don't touch somebody without their permission. Consent is a major aspect in the LGBTQIA community. And this pertains to the individual. Rule of thumb, don't touch unless you've asked, or they're okay, or if they express they're okay with it. Some notes. Throughout this guideline, a lot of things could be seen as stereotypical, but the general idea is that every individual is different and they express themselves uniquely. There is a common theme that when somebody comes out of the closet, they're going to be seen as more expressive and more open with their identity and how they're going to non-verbally communicate between others. Especially if somebody hasn't come out, they tend to have a quieter nonverbal code. They're going to be a lot more reserved. They'll be, for lack of a better term, just simple. They're not going to try to be flashy. Once again, that can be seen as stereotypical. It depends on the person and the individual. For my scholarly articles, since the LGBTQIA community is not heavily written about, it is very difficult to find these articles that help allude to what the nonverbal code could be. So if I happen to find something such as a website article or other scholarly articles, I will attach a Word document link. Other than that, I think I have covered everything. So, thanks for watching.